happy GA Recap Monday / GA Mini Rant Monday. Yes, you heard correctly. I am doing 2 videos surrounding the same topic, and if you've seen Ghost Adventures on Saturday, you know why. KK. Now, the recap portion of this video is going to be pretty short because, let's face it, there wasn't a lot to talk about. But here we go. So on Saturday, they had hyped us up all week for Demons in Seattle. Oh my gosh, you should hear all of this paranormal activity going on. There's Bibles being burned, and there's candles being thrown, leaving holes in the walls, and there's markings of 666 on the wall with like these symbols on the ceiling, and they're ransacking this house, and it's just awful. And I'm thinking, this is gonna be the most intense investigation like ever, because it's not an old place. It was an actual like newer home, you know, in a subdivision, like in a residential area with other people, like living people. I'm thinking, this is, you know, this is straight out of like a horror movie. This is like some straight up paranormal activity shit. So I was really scared going into it because I just don't do demons. But 5 minutes into this episode, I knew that I was going to be so mad before it was over. So you meet the family, and it's this guy and his girlfriend, and they rent this house. Okay, they don't even own it. Right? This is a house that they can just leave. They don't own this. There's no mortgage involved. And they're talking about all this activity and all these things going on, and they're so calm about it. And they keep reverting back to where we're strong in our spirituality and we have strong spiritual faith. And I'm thinking, I have strong spiritual faith, but if that crap was happening in my house, I'd be out the damn door. And so I kept watching thinking, okay, there's something that's got to be in this, you know. And then I met the girlfriend. And then when I seen the girlfriend, it all made sense, at least in my mind. She was a level of crazy 6 steps above me, and that is saying something. Because I am a whole new level of crazy they have not given a name to yet, and she is way above me. The look at her eye gave me chills to the core of my body. I could not stand to look at her or hear her speak because the vibe I got off of her was so negative, and it just hurt. It physically hurt me to even like look at her. And so the GAC sits down and talks about this. You know, they have witnesses that apparently have witnessed this stuff. A sage stick was lit on fire. The house has been lit on fire. Like all these crazy claims. And the GAC sits down with Dave Schrader, who does like Coast to Coast AM and Darkness Radio. Awesome, awesome guy. And he has, you know, done several things with Zach and them before. And they sit down and they talk about this, and then they go in to investigate. And they start out with the guy and the girl, and they're talking to him. Why are you being so quiet? And I'm sitting there thinking, because they're not there. You get something. Within the first, nothing was happening in this house. So Zach kind of goes in and starts trying to feel around, and Zach's a strong empath. He can sense when there's something in the room. He can sense when there's something evil there, and he was feeling jack hit nothing. And so it goes on and goes on and goes on, and the next thing I know, the show's almost over. It's like 8:55. That would be Central Time. And nothing has happened. There's been no bumps, no knocking anything over, no feelings. And then Zach goes on to say the most intimidating feeling that he got was from her, from the girlfriend. And you can see it in the video because she's like walking like this, like around the house, like looking, you know, all creepy. And at one point, Zach kind of walks by her, and she almost goes and like walks up on him. And you can see Zach visibly like back away, like try to avoid around her, because he said the most negative energy he felt in the house was her. So long story short, for GA Recap Monday, is there was nothing to recap. They went to this house in Seattle to check into these alleged claims of activity, and they got nothing. Now, I know that happens, but this is just this is my opinion. I'm going on the record saying it's my opinion. These 2 individuals were wanting 15 minutes of fame. And they got it because everybody's talking about how crazy they are. They are Looney Tunes, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs crazy. Both of them. If you were living in a home where you were coming home apparently every single day to your house being ransacked, your kitchen being torn up, your furniture being flipped over, holes being put in your walls with candles, your office being lit on fire, spray painting on the walls with Indian symbols, I would be out. You don't own this home. You sit there and you pay rent. Leave. I wouldn't even if I did own it, I wouldn't be there. I'd be in a hotel paying the mortgage from a distance because it's not worth it to me. They'd never been scratched. They'd never been hurt. They'd never been oppressed. They'd never been possessed. Nothing that they claimed anyway. And this was just so off the wall, Looney Tunes crazy that I could barely watch it. I was so mad, and this is why the second half is GA Rant Monday, because I knew I could not do this video and not rant. Now, much props and love to the GAC, because they showed you just how much of a thing the paranormal has become. Everybody wants to have their experience with the ghost, and they think that if it's good enough, there's money to be made there. And in some cases, they're right. Hence the case with the Demon House, where there's this documented paranormal activity that Zach has now since experienced and seen and felt. That's a Hollywood moneymaker at its best. That's what these people wanted, in my opinion. And they have went every single avenue they could, including being blasted all over television like fools to be proved right. And they got made into idiots. They looked like absolute fools. And they have no one else but themselves to blame. Now, if they are suffering from some sort of like mental illness, that's sad, because that is a sad situation to have to deal with. But they need help that doesn't involve paranormal activity. You know, they need help that doesn't involve like the GAC coming in and fixing them, or a priest might help them, but they need help on their own level, not paranormal related. Especially the girlfriend. There's something not right there. Like I said, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs cray cray. I can't even put any other words into it. So while I was really, really glad that the Ghost Adventures crew chose to do this episode and air it to show everybody just exactly how I think wrapped up people can get into the paranormal, and also that you don't always get evidence everywhere you go. But on the same token, those people have no idea what kind of box they've opened, in the sense of what kind of backlash they're gonna get, or what kind of hate they're gonna receive, because now they look like idiots. You have not only made yourself look stupid, but you have given the city of Seattle a really bad name. And that's really sad, because now people are going to associate that entire place with your crazy ass. So now you not only have to live with the fact that you have given, you have done this to yourself, and you have made yourself look stupid, but now you have given a really awesome city a really crappy reputation of having people in it that are absolutely crazy and wanting their 15 minutes of fame. So I hope that you're proud of yourself, and I hope that you can sleep at night. And if you can, bravo to you. But in a way, you kind of deserve every piece of hate you're gonna get, because this was the saddest excuse of a hoax I have ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, but newsflash, your pants are gonna be nailed to a wall. What possible reason would any sort of paranormal anything want to do that for? They're going to try to hurt you. Their goal isn't to destroy your shit. It's to destroy you. If you know anything about a really good, like, paranormal activity story or even like a haunting, they don't come after your clothes. Like, they're not taking revenge on Dolce & Gabbana. I'm sorry, they're not. They're going to take it out on you. They can't get energy from a piece of denim. So they have no reason to do any of the stuff that has been happening in your house. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Just speaking the truth. So, long story short, the GAC introduced us to two people who are absolutely full of shit. Bravo, bravo. Again, nothing against the GAC. I'm glad that they did what they did. I'm glad that they showed us just how wrapped up people can get into this. But the links that these people took just to be proven crazy is beyond me. Beyond me. And now my blood pressure is up, and now it's just hashtag done. Anyway, I think that's all I have for GA Flashback Rant Monday. But I will be back tomorrow in a far better mood than I am today for GAQA Tuesday, where I answer all of your Ghost Adventures related questions. And I will also be back on Wednesday for What Should I Do Wednesday. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, stay warm. Much love and hugs and well wishes